number 2 here. Let's see if this works. See if we get to see one person here. Hopefully you can hear me. Let me unmute. Hopefully you can hear me. Yep, I can hear myself. So I know this one's working. I apologize to anyone that I missed last time. X Factor Outdoors, hello. Brian Escalante, David Montreal, there you are again. Always one of the first commenters. Sorry for the audio issues. I was trying some new software and not working so good. It crashed last night after 15 minutes. Of course, this is after I spent money on it. So we'll see how that works out. But if you are new, hello, Colby Miller Mountain Bike, Mike Baker, Casting Cornbread, lots of people. I'm horrible at keeping up with chat. By the way, we have a moderator on this version of Live from the Bike Barn. DIY Solar Energy is the full name. I got to get that right because last time he did a super chat and I accidentally just said DIY Solars. DIY Solar Energy. But as usual, or as the first test live chat, and wow, lots of people chatting here. Fishing with Timmy. Well, hello, Fishing with Timmy. There's Fishing with Timmy again. Lots of people. Josie Faulkner, Greg Pennington. I recognize some of these names. TKMX, Rick Dot. Well, hello to everyone. I have a few things jotted down that I want to cover. It's March the 1st. So we're kind of right at the beginning of bike season. So I want to kick off with a few bike-related things here on KevCentral. Please read. Well, I read that. James Koleski. Hope I said your name properly. Hey, Kenny Graves. Hey to you. Alex Valera. Okay, so let me just go over a few things. First, the previous live chat, which was a beta, and I think 2,000 of you, 2,000 to 3,000, actually caught it live, which was pretty impressive. How many do we have on this so far? 90. Already 90. Quick go. I see a lot of people. Even see DIY Solar Energy already doing his moderating duties. So there we go. Appreciate it, Solar Guy. But on the previous live chat, I covered a few things. It was the middle of an ice storm. I actually got stuck in the bike barn for a little while. Embarrassingly, had to kind of hand and knee crawl my way back up to the house. Pretty embarrassing. But it led to a good Malice bike ride for 3 or 4 days. I was able to ride, slip and slide on the Malice, which turned out to be a great choice. I let you guys pick, and you chose the Malice, so you chose good. I tried, you can't see it, it's right behind you actually, the Electric XP, the original Electric XP. Now he's just showing off. DIY Solar Energy with a super chat. I appreciate the super chat, thank you. But yeah, just showing off. By the way, this guy is a battery genius. I spent probably an hour watching one of his feeds last night where he was well actually it was FaceTime, it wasn't a feed. He was working with his batteries. You have no idea how many batteries this guy has. I'm pretty sure he could go into business putting batteries in cars like Tesla or something. Just crazy amount of batteries. But getting back to the bikes, I tried the Electric XP, which again, it's right behind you. Not so good on ice and snow, or definitely not ice, but snow, not very good. Anything with a hub motor, I don't think it's going to work well because as soon as that motor engages, it's just so delayed with the off and on that it didn't work out for me anyway. Comment if you have Electric XP or any e-bike that you ride in the snow, because I don't think e-bikes necessarily, maybe if they were torque sensor based, maybe that would work, but covered that. Covered the Advent X. I have mentioned in previous videos that I was having trouble getting the Advent X. I found a shop that had them, give them another plug for a Boost bike shop. Really great people, and I didn't, the reason I'm re-mentioning this, I got 2 Advent X setups from them. I should have got 3, but I'm bringing it back up because check this out. Check this out. They gave me this keychain, this little bike. It's got their Boost bike shop. And then a little bike keychain. I thought that was pretty cool. It's hidden down in the box. I didn't even notice it until I was about to throw the box out. So pretty cool with that. And the Axum. I covered a couple of new bikes that I haven't even yet got to review. Another super chat. Hey, Spectrum. It ain't much. Celebrate finally catch the stream. I'm glad you caught the stream, Spectrum. That is one of my patrons. I really appreciate it, Spectrum. Very nice. And Gray Leaf, there's another patron. So it's like Patron Central right now. Lee Gandy, surprise bitch. I'm struggling. You see, I have my glasses on, but I don't need glasses to read, but I need them to see this. So it's kind of a weird distancing thing for me. Bruce Chastain, hello. Carlson Brooks Outdoors, hello. Ah, from Missouri, awesome. Current River, I have a great story from the Current River, non-bike related, but lots of fun. Also covered the Axum. I've had it out, it's right beside me here. I've had it out on the trail now 3 times. I've got all the footage. It was going to be my video yesterday, but I didn't make that video because my basement has flooded. Because it turns out with 6 or 7 inches roughly of snow and ice combined, actually more about 6, that and then 5 consecutive days of rain floods my basement. So I've been pumping that. Not very happy about it. Have the sniffles from it, the whole works. So let me get into the live stream today, but before I do, let me check here again on the chat just to give some shout outs here. New York, Luis, there is a new Huffy Scout. Now, is this the Huffy Scout from last year, or is it a different Huffy Scout? Interesting. Hey, I see Tennessee, West Tennessee, 2BW Falcon. Well, hello to you, John Goodwin. Downtime Adventures, California, man, all over the place. I see somebody mentioning the BBSHD. Yeah, I haven't done any e-bike conversions, but I would like to. Anyway, I'll get back to these. If I don't mention you, I'll try to mention any super chats or anything like that, and periodically glance through this, but I don't multitask all that well. See, Raleigh, North Carolina, somewhere down there. Who is that? Casting Cornbread. Paul Maloney, there's a super chat. Did you say anything in your super chat? I don't think so. You just gave it to it. Hey man, I appreciate it. $5. That goes towards the RV I'll be talking about in just a bit. But I don't multitask. Georgia, Freeride Mountain Bike. I will read each and every one of you guys' messages after this, or comments, after this when I rewatch the stream. So don't think if I skip over you during the stream that you're actually going to get missed, because I do read everything. I try to read every comment that goes on the channel. It's quite a few now. So let's get to today's topics. Basement flood, already covered it. Not that happy. Have bikes getting close to the rims, but I think I have it where it won't reach or breach the rims. But I want to talk about some parts because I've had this mentioned. So I've got the Microshift Advent X. Very, very good stuff. My preferred stuff. But Microshift has something else that includes it. There it is. Okay. I thought I was missing one of the parts. Microshift makes this Acolyte. And I have had countless people. Regular car review, you should know regular. I can't read that quick, but appreciate everyone commenting. But this Microshift Acolyte stuff is super cheap. This is an 8-speed. It is 12 to 46 tooth, and the derailleur, the shifter, and the cassette, so cassette, derailleur, and shifter is like $80. That's dirt cheap. Did someone else comment and I missed it? Paul Maloney, okay. Let's make sure I didn't miss anything with the super chat there. So that's super cheap stuff. So I'll put a link down in the description to this, but also if you go to my website and go to shop, it'll be in there. By the way, as an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Just little pennies here and there help out the channel. But I'm going to try this out. A lot of people have commented about this Acolyte stuff, so I've been listening. So I picked that up. And someone else mentioned this. I haven't even opened this. This is a light top 8-speed 42 tooth cassette. And they said that this would work with the, of course, can't get it open here. Oh, that's nice looking. Nice looking cassette. Hey, that would look good. See the red? That would actually look good on the little lock there. Would look, lock ring would look good on the Project Comp V2.2. But here is this 8-speed light top Yeah, light top. They said that this would work with the TAF. Well, I know it's not going to work with the TAF because it's a cassette. And the TAF takes a freewheel. So unfortunately, that won't happen, but it was super cheap. I can't remember the price. I want to say this was like 20 bucks, something like that. So I'm going to be trying this too, an 8-speed, and I'm going to see what it'll work with. And if it works with maybe, and what I assume the people meant was that they had put a new wheel set or a free hub on their TAF, and they used this with the original TAF shifter. That's what I think. So I'm going to try that out, see if it works, because the TAF is hidden up there along with about 4 other bikes. So let me give a quick look here. Make sure to give a thumbs up. That's my buddy DIY Solar Energy trying to help me out. So there is David Montreal again. Sal Picataggio. Did I say that correctly, Sal? I hope so. Well, hello. And again, I will read your comments a bit later. And I see Tom Heron there. So, looks like you've got a good repertoire going there in chat. So, let me cover the next thing. The Huffy Cranbrook. There is a small chorus of people that want the motor on that Huffy Cranbrook. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I have it here. Not the Huffy. The Huffy is in the flooded basement. I can't get to it because I have to wade through water. But this is the motor that I thought would be bigger. It's actually pretty small. The little 49cc motor that to motorize a cruiser, you can install one of these motors and people say you get crazy speeds, and it has an exhaust. It's a whole kit, which I apparently took out of the box and put all over the place. I'm still trying to find some of the components. But there are a few people that keep asking about this Huffy and why I didn't put this motor on it. I had the best of intentions. I really did. I had the best. Oh, $10 super chat. Wow. Appreciate it. Adam Favre. Awesome last name. Love your channel. Your delivery style. Well, I appreciate that. Great all-around service to us enthusiasts, especially the affordable end of bikes. I really appreciate that, Adam Favre. I really do. Thank you so much. Again, anything on this super chat, get me closer, ever so closer, creeping closer to a KevCentral RV where I can go all over the country and do KevCentral stuff with bikes and maybe even meet some viewers and ride with them. But I had this, getting back to the Cranbrook, I had this motor and the Cranbrook, and I was going to motorize it, and then e-bikes came into my sphere. I know they'd been around, but e-bikes, well, they got cheaper, where I could afford them and got better on the cheaper end. And I kind of lost my enthusiasm for doing this. I've had this for a year, and those few small people keep asking about it, and I don't want to leave people hanging, but I'm just not that enthused about this. I still have to find the drive gear. I took that out of the box, but I'm going to do it, and maybe even do a 2-cycle versus e-bike comparison. See which is better. It's going to be e-bike. I guarantee you. Going to be e-bike because, you know, 2-stroke it's smelly. You can tell when someone's ridden a 2-cycle engine and then comes in the house. And plus, look at this. I ordered the black because I thought it would look cool on that Cranbrook frame, and it looks like they just spray painted it with a can of Krylon. That's going to cook right off the first time I run it. But oh gosh, a little heavier than it looks. But there is the Cranbrook motor. So I will eventually get to that, and I really do want you to comment if you want to see a 2-cycle versus e-bike comparison, and also if you would prefer 2-cycle or e-bike. I hope that most people prefer e-bike because it just makes more sense and it's more environmentally friendly. But there are some gearheads out there that I can imagine would like wrenching on an engine, and I know from Vespa experience, I've owned multiple Vespa scooters in my life. There's a lot of work with the 2-stroke, at least on scooter style, so I can only imagine bike style. I just saw something about e-bike conversion. E-bike conversion video, please. Paul Vargas. Paul, I would like to do that at some point, but I've been kind of hesitant on that as well because you can buy a complete e-bike for about the price that you can do a conversion. And, you know, it looks all seamless and filled in. Like right over there is that little Z1 that I love. So I don't know, maybe I'll come across some place to get parts, or I've had a couple of opportunities to sponsor me with e-bike conversion parts or motorized, even a motorized kit thing. I turned them down, but I don't know, maybe. Okay, so let me just cover again, chat, and I apologize for the back and forth on this. I'm just not that good at multitasking. Oh, someone, who is that? Go back down here. Santa Rex. Something about the XR Pro. You've been here since the XR Pro, my first project bike. Now that's impressive. That's impressive. That gets you some kudos. Who is that? Lee Gandy from South Carolina. Another super chat. You know, I need to do something special for super chats. In the last video, I actually planned to spin. The reason I had the front end of the Axum DP, I was going to spin the front wheel, so you got kind of a little thing for doing a super chat. But that just didn't work out. So let me just read your super chat here. Hello from South Carolina. Patron, also a patron. Appreciate you, Mr. Gandy. E-bike would be preferred, but the 2-cycle would be good for a gimmicky thing, just for fun. That is true. I was out riding bikes, I don't know, probably back in the summer. And there's one guy that I know of that he converted, I can't remember what kind of bike it was, but he put the little 2-stroke kit on it. He's been riding that thing for months and months. Back in the summer, and this was 6 months after he had looked at an e-bike that I had to see if he wanted to buy one. I saw him and someone else riding around town side by side on their little 2-strokes. Loudest things in the world. Like 2 weed eaters on steroids or something going down the road, but they look like they're having fun, so maybe there's something to it. Z1. Yeah, it's Sal. I got you. That Z1's pretty awesome little bike, and I see that my moderator is having to do some moderating. You know, keep it friendly, no swear words, be nice to each other. There's no reason to be a jerk, because we're just here to have fun with bikes, right? And that's what it's all about. Okay, so my next topic here, and by the way, the last live stream I said was going to take 5 minutes. It took 26. 31 or 32. I can't remember. It took a lot longer than I anticipated. This one I figured I could do in 10 to 15. So we'll see. I don't know how far into this we are time-wise. I can't. 17 minutes? Holy crow. Okay, so this one might be a while too. So welcome to anybody that's just now coming in. And I also, as you saw, the few people that tried at the beginning of this, I bought the new software. Hopefully, I've got some cameras coming that I think are going to allow me to do that. I've got my laptop here. Using a computer and do some intro screens and cut back and forth the pictures and things like that. And eventually, DIY Solar Energy, Mr. Solar Energy Guy, we're going to do a dual stream where he's going to rebuild a bike battery from an e-bike, because he has the rattan. So he's going to rebuild that battery and make it even more powerful. And we'll get to watch that in action. This guy can actually see, he's got the whole works camera. You see him solder, the whole works. Very impressive. You might want to go already, or after the stream. Don't leave the stream. After the stream, head over to his channel and go ahead and subscribe so you can get notified when that happens. Okay, let's see. Andrew Wiley. Hey, there's another super chat. Wow, I really appreciate you guys with the super chats. That is something else. Let's see. Posthuman, I like the name. Just want to say thanks for all the informative bike content. Keep doing what you do. Best bike channel on YouTube. Oh, that not only are they post-human, but they're very intelligent. Clearly, super intelligent. Hence the super chat. So thanks so much, post-human. I really appreciate it. Justin Gardner, wrong gear Rob, with the spelling. I like that. A Marin Bobcat 4. Don't know the Bobcat 4, but those Marin bikes make some good stuff. DIY Solar showing off again. Check them out there. Appreciate it, DIY Solar. Okay, so let me talk about why it took me this long to do live streams. So you can see I go back and forth on things even when I have a script. But you know, they're fun. The ups, they're fun, and they're interactive. I get, is that another blocked? I don't think that one needs to be blocked. So I think they're fun. You can have fun. They're interactive because you get to comment. I can see the comments, and maybe in the future, looks like I have another. Yeah, Snake Eyes 4311. can't wait to see what you have planned in the spring. Lots of stuff. But there's something coming at the end of this about bike availability that's going to make this spring different than the previous springs here on KevCentral. So we'll get to that. But live streams, you know, they're fun, they're interactive, so be sure you comment and give this a thumbs up if you want to see more of these. Because I did that poll, 66% said go rogue, which is exactly what I'm doing tonight. But I'm thinking maybe once a week, if I have enough content, enough things that happen, and I buy so many parts. I have so many things happen. I don't know if you can see this. Well, the motor's sitting on it. Can you see that text right there, what that says? That says Hemiway. Check this. Oh, okay. Just a notification. Got my spare phone here for notifications from my buddy that's moderating, just to make sure. But this says Hemiway. And Hemiway makes, and this is, first off, the heaviest e-bike I've ever lifted. I watched the FedEx delivery person, a very small female, carry this thing bear hug style to the address that I have bikes delivered to. She bear hugged that thing. The driveway's gotta be like 60 yards. She carried that thing bear hugged. When me and Dad went to get it, it's 115 pounds in this box. 115 pounds. That's a heavy bike, but it is also a bike that, I don't know if you've seen Juiced bikes. Juiced makes the Scorpion, which they advertise as being when mopeds and e-bikes meet. Well, I kind of have a thing for mopeds. In Alabama, we call scooters mopeds. That's what everyone called the Vespa. Oh, nice moped. And I used to go, that's not a moped, it doesn't have pedals, but I just gave up on that. So, technically a moped, but that Juice looks pretty awesome. They were supposed to send me one and never did. So, just a review. I never heard from that. But Hemiway contacted me, ironically, the day after my father saw an ad for Hemiway on Facebook and messaged me, hey, have you ever heard of Hemiway? They have nice looking bikes. The next day, they asked me if I want to review one of their bikes. So there it is, and it's the Escape, which is kind of their version of that Juice Scorpion. Not as fast. That Scorpion does something crazy like 35 miles an hour. But it looks pretty cool. I can't wait to get it out of the box and try that. But I have these bikes, so that's another good thing about these live streams. I could actually do unboxings if you guys wanted to see unboxings take place. And I hope I